What up, everyone? So we've got a box here we've had for a very long time. One Up Box, which once was a great company and was holding the #1 spot on the countdown, but over time has kind of tapered off. They've had their good and bad months, but just like Super Geek Box, this one's very close. This one's on the chopping block right now, so we're going to have to see if this one's going to stay around because they have not been impressing a lot lately. So we'll take a look, see what we got. So we got a shirt here. Let's take a look. Crap. Drop the button. Alright. See what we got. So this is actually a pretty cool design. I guess technically this is a crossover. It wouldn't seem like it. It's technically a crossover between Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. It's a very fitting crossover considering the movie just came out that had all three of them in it, but it surprisingly is still not branded because it is technically still a crossover. Smells nice. Yeah, so this is on the Gildan Heavy Cotton, which is not the best quality shirt, but the design on it's pretty cool. It's not perfectly designed, but it's very well done compared to like some of the past shirts that they've done. This is actually really nice. I like it. I like the style. I like the design of it. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. I think they did a very good job. The t-shirt, actually the quality of that itself could be much better, but that's just me. I'm very picky about like softness and fitting and style and stuff like that, but still, very nice shirt. Cool. So far so good. Next, we got our little pin here that popped out. Seems like the theme here is verses, which is a very common theme. We had another box that was verses this month. Loot Crate, I think it was. But yeah, very common theme. Then we got a little plush. Leonardo, who was always my favorite. He was always my favorite turtle, so I'm glad I got him. I'm assuming that you had the option of getting one of any of the turtles. I doubt they would just pick Leonardo, but that's cool. Good quality, branded, all that jazz. Alright, that's good too. Very nice. So now it looks like we're getting to the stuff that usually isn't branded. They're stuff that they create through a third party. So we got a pin here. Focus, there we go. And this looks like a Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. So yeah, the same crossover between the three of them. But it is actually pretty nice quality. I think it's metal. Maybe that's plastic. Can't really get a good feel through it, through the plastic here. Let's see. No, that's just plastic. But still, it looks like metal, and it's actually a pretty cool pin. I like the design of it. So same thing, because they're not copying the Batman Superman logo, it is still justified as a crossover because they made their own design. So that's still legal. Cool. That works out for them. So it looks really nice, but the quality's not super there, but you know, whatever. Next, same thing here. Looks like we got some shoelaces. I'm trying to make out what the design is on here. So it looks like a crown. What are those designs? Those don't look very familiar. I'll have to look on the paper. I don't recognize those symbols, but some shoelaces. Again, not branded because there's no packaging, so third-party shoelaces. Then, looks like we got some Post-it notes. Is that what that is? Yeah, little pad of Post-it notes. Same thing here. I'm sure that's replicating something as well. Again, I do not recognize it right off the bat. Looks like some kind of intercom system. Alrighty, there's that. And the last part, looks like we got some magnets. And this looks like it's in two pieces, and they come together to form the whole red versus blue helmet. Focusing. Come on. Do it. Well, you get the idea. It's not really focusing right now, but it's not that detailed, so you don't really need to see it in focus. But I wish my camera was better at focusing, because it's kind of like, there we go. About fucking time. So yeah, some magnets. And that was all the items in the box. So just like Super Geek Box, kept it pretty simple, short and sweet. Focus. Man, what is up with my camera? Jesus. There we go. God damn. So that was all the items in the box. Let's take a short break, and then we'll come back, talk about this box, give it some value, and a rating. See you soon. Alright, we are back. Let's talk about this box. First, the shirt. Like I said, I really like the shirt design. I think they did a really good job on it. which is a good change of pace for them. 8 out of 10 on the shirt, standard $12 to $15 rating on the t-shirt, or value on the t-shirt, is what it is. Next, our Leonardo plush. So I was right, you got the option of getting one of the 4 turtles, so I'm glad I got Leonardo. He's my favorite, but it's totally random. But these actually don't go for that much. Only goes for like $6 to $8. It's good quality and it's branded, but pretty simplistic and small, so it really doesn't go for much more than that depending on where you get it from. Then, we got our pin. Again, cool design on it, looks pretty awesome, but it is just a plastic little pin. It's not metal or anything, and it's not branded, so this really couldn't go for more than like $2 or $3, I'd say. Even if it was metal, it wouldn't go for that much more. So like $2 or $3 on that. Then our shoelaces. So it took me a while of looking at it to figure it out. I realized I was looking at it upside down, by the way, but it is actually from Mario. It's hard to tell, but it's kind of like the silhouette of Mario's head. The crown is Princess Peach, and the other thing in there is like vaguely reminiscent of Bowser. So they couldn't put the exact faces on there because of copyright. So they had to do like loose interpretations of those characters, but it's supposed to represent Mario. But since it's not branded or anything like that, and not in packaging, and they're just very small shoelaces, again, $2 or $3 at best. Like, this seems like something that would go in like a dollar store, especially since it's not branded. So yeah, there you go. And our last 2 items. We got our little pad of sticky notes. Again, $1 or $2 at best. It barely came in any packaging. And again, this is what you'd see at the dollar store or like the dollar section at Target or something like that. It's just supposed to be replicating a vault. I'm sure it's from something specifically. Again, they can't say due to copyright, but it's kind of just a sticky note. I've seen sticky notes like this with different pictures on them, again, for like $1 or less. So $1 or $2 is being generous. Same with the magnets. It's obviously from Red versus Blue. They can't mention that either, but magnets are incredibly easy to make, and this one design isn't too great on it. Again, $1 or $2, and that's being generous because honestly, if they were sold in stores, it'd probably be cheaper than that. So all that being said, on the low end we got 26, and on the high end we got 33. So nowhere near double. Depending on what you paid for this box, if you've been a subscriber for a long time, you may have gotten in at the cheaper price like I did. But if you're newer, it costs anywhere from $18 to $20, depending on where you live and depending on your state tax. So if there's no state tax, it should be around $18. If you do have state tax, it's going to be closer to $20. But even still on that $18 end, like even on the high end, did not get double. On the low end, you only got a few dollars more than you paid for. And this is remarkably similar to Super Geek Box in so many ways. That both of them obviously had a shirt. Both of them had a plush. One had a pin, the other one had a keychain. Both boxes had all third-party items with the exception of one branded item, both being the plush, the Sonic and the Ninja Turtles. So very similar in quality, very similar in design. This one just had a little less value on it. And again, that's what we've been expecting from both of those companies. A lot of third-party items, a lot of stuff that isn't branded, a lot of stuff that's made in-house and things like that. And I just don't think that's too appealing to people. I don't think that's going to be enough to keep these companies in business. I don't think it's going to be enough to keep customers around. So, like I said, the same thing with Super Geek Box. I'm going to give this one more month, but if it doesn't do any better, I don't think I'm going to keep it around, which is so sad to say because this box has been around from the beginning. It's one of the original 4 that I had, and it used to be the best. I think it was the #1 the first month I did it. It used to be so good, and now it's just like very lackluster, which is really disappointing to see, and I'd hate to see this company go. I really would, but I just don't think it's going to hold its weight anymore unless it pulls something out of its ass and really turns the company around. But I don't see that happening because I'm seeing less and less people subscribe to it. I'm seeing less people get this box, and I think they're just on their way out, which is such a bummer to say. It's so sad to see, but I don't know what else to say about it. All that being said, I'm going to give this box a 4 out of 10. You got a little bit more than you paid for, which is not saying much because the things in here just weren't that great. The plush was fine if you like Ninja Turtles. The shirt was cool too. Everything else was just kind of there. I don't think I'm going to use any of it. Definitely can't sell any of it. I don't think it has enough value to even list online. And yeah, that it's all third party. Nothing's branded. I don't know. It's just not holding its weight anymore. So this has been One Up Box. Only a 4 out of 10 on the box, but 8 out of 10 on the shirt. Really nice shirt. So yeah, we're going to give this one more month and see if this is going to stay around anymore because it just can't seem to compete with these other companies. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought. Thanks for watching. Love you all. Peace.